do a spooky sea tale, a dangerously good tiki drink, and some homemade barnacles all have in common? They're all part of today's episode of Pretty Spooky Presents Creating Scaradise. We're mixing up a low-carb riff on a tiki classic, crafting some creepy barnacles, and revealing the haunted backstory of the Sunken Compass. So let's dive in. Today's cocktail is a low-carb riff on the Mai-Kai's tiki classic, the Mutiny. I call it the Nauti Navigator, and it's a signature cocktail here at the Sunken Compass, my spooky home tiki bar, and it's strong enough to throw your compass off course. It even shows up on the front page of my guest menu, tying right into the eerie backstory, which we'll be exploring in just a moment. If you're curious how I created my home bar menus, check out the episode, My Secret Formula for Unforgettable Drink Menus, No Design Skills Needed. I'll link it in the description. Let's mix up some mischief. And in just moments, I'll be sculpting barnacles to frame our antique U.S. Coast Guard flag that'll hang above the door. That'll be a larger project in upcoming episodes. And I'll share the eerie lore of the Sunken Compass while I work. But first, let's shake up the Nauti Navigator cocktail. The Sunken Compass guest menu describes the Nauti Navigator as a riff on the Mai-Kai's Mutiny with similar flavors of rum, sweet and sour, coffee, and a hint of licorice, containing 2 rums, orange curacao, grapefruit lemon lime, absinthe falernum passion fruit, coffee syrup, and Angostura bitters. The Sunken Compass guest menu calls for 1.5 ounce cinnamon grapefruit rum, 3/4 ounce dark Jamaican rum, 1/2 ounce orange curacao, 1/4 ounce absinthe, 1/4 ounce falernum, 6 cubes of frozen passion fruit, spindle blend without ice, 3/4 ounce lemon juice, 3/4 ounce lime juice, 3/4 ounce homemade coffee syrup, 2 dashes of Angostura bitters, add ice, spindle blend once more, serve in a snifter, no garnish. I spindle blend to macerate the frozen cubes of passion fruit and the alcohol first, but you can muddle and then shake as well. Now that our drink is mixed, it's time to get creative and sculpt the barnacles that will deepen our theme while I share the mysterious lore of the Sunken Compass. In the episode, The 6 Tips I Stole from Disney to Create My Own Immersive Home Bar, the magic of creating a captivating world is accomplished through theming. The telling of a story, of a place and a time where nothing ordinary exists, where there's no hint of reality to ruin the fantasy. Disney does this using an overall motif, a slightly vague backstory with a reason for the land's existence, including a general time period, a not too specific location, with a hint of mystery or adventure, so all visitors have plenty of room to let their imaginations roam and bring their own magic into the mix. And this enchanting place needs a unique name that causes curiosity and beckons intrigued guests to find out more. The Sunken Compass hints at a beautiful, uncharted island where storm-weary mariners purposely and repeatedly maroon themselves over the years, always blaming faulty or lost navigational equipment for their deviation off course. Or maybe it's the mischievous mermaids that sabotage their equipment and lure them to this mysterious island. Plus, there is a slight step down into my bar, adding to that sunken, transformative departure from the rest of the house. Because barnacles are a sign of sunken underwater life, I've been planning to add some man-made barnacles to befriend the authentic barnacles here at the Sunken Compass. So while I sculpt, we'll explore the barnacle backstory of the Sunken Compass. The excited chatter of island birds in the far-off treetops matched the bewildered exuberance of those on board. Where could this be, they wondered aloud. What was this uncharted refuge just ahead? As the distant wisp of green palms came into view, the knowing navigator feigned astonishment to match that of the rest of the sea-weary crew. The ship's instrumentation had fallen victim to the storm. He nodded to himself. That would be the navigator's alibi. Either that, or he could blame it on mischievous sea sirens. That idea brought an uncharacteristic smile to his face, which he was quick to replace with his more usual scowl. The weathered old helmsman had spotted this elusive speck of paradise once, years and years ago, on a prior passage, and had never forgotten it. He always wondered if what they said was true, If those who set foot on this enchanting island delighted in its bounty and sipped of its wild nectar, would eventually be transformed to the very same sinister sea creatures that lured them there. It was fabled that if they lingered too long, captivated by its intoxicating allure, men turned into scaly sea dragons and women became sirens of the deep. It's a good thing that this was just going to be a short stay, a much-needed respite for crew and passengers alike. This accidental deviation was just for their pleasure, of course. A magnanimous gesture. Besides, no one really believed in such silly old sea stories, did they? Even the Coast Guard crew that once manned this flag seemed to have purposely marooned themselves here, enchanted by the island's spell. These sailors must have needed a little R&R, so they momentarily diverted their deployment to this emerald green isle, guided by their own Sunken Compass. I've crafted some extra barnacles to deck out future projects, so you'll definitely see these little friends make another appearance in upcoming episodes of Pretty Spooky Presents. And keep an eye on this door. Major changes are coming up in the next episodes of Creating Scaradise. Let's just say, some might call them king-sized plans.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I hope this video inspires you to sculpt your very own personalized Scaradise, crafted just for your spooky fantasies. Plus, by joining the Nauti Navigator on his escapist journey, you can dream big and see just how far theming and flavors can take you in your own space. If you try the recipe, let me know what you thought and how it went in the comments. Plus, I'd love to know if you plan to create any barnacle friends of your own. I loved being your haunted hostess. You were a wonderful guest and you're welcome back always. Farewell until next time. Cheers. I can do this. A dangerously good drinky tiki. That one was pretty good. What do a spooky sea tail, a dangerously good tiki cocktail, and some homemade, what are they? Barnacles. That's the word. Barnacles have in common. Ka ka ka. I don't know why I'm doing this with my hands. And in just moments, I'll be The Sunken Compass guest menu describes the Nauti Navigator. A riff on the Mai-Kai's Mutiny with similar flavors of rum, sweet and sour. The dog just snored. The Sunken Compass guest menu describes the Nauti Navigator. A riff on the Mai-Kai's Mutiny. Mai-Tai? It's not a Mai-Tai. But you can muddle and then soak as well. Soak, soak, shake. 6 cubes of frozen. I can't speak. And keep an eye on this door. Major changes. Plus, by joining the Nauti Navigator. That one wasn't bad. Crafty Not bad. I think I can do better. That one was pretty dang good. Thank you. Thank you very much.